Whenever you find a man, you find a believer faced with trouble, faced with a situation, and then they sound like they are overwhelmed by the situation, overwhelmed by the circumstance, it's just an indication of the fact that even though they were supposed to be with Jesus, they were not with Jesus. It's a revelation of the fact that they were not around. Because Jesus was under circumstances where he needed money. He knew what to do to make that money available. I don't want to go there. In fact, they asked him to come and pay temple tax. And because he was an Israelite, he was supposed to be exempted from temple tax. Jesus had a right to stand his ground and explain to them how that he's not such a person that should be asked to pay temple tax. He had a very valid argument to present. But you know what he said? He said, so that we will not offend. That was when he told Peter to take a hook. Peter was following him all this while. And you would think that Peter had totally committed to God. But Jesus was aware that he kept a hook, just in case. Just in case ministry fails and things don't go. He kept something. He said, Peter, that hook that you have secured is for such a day like this. You'll notice after he gave the instruction, Peter did not ask any question. There was no question. He went directly, took the hook. Then he went into the river. He threw the hook. What you have not thought about is that if a fish has coin in his mouth, he will not be able to use the same mouth to attempt to take the bait. Okay, okay, let me leave it. When Peter brought the fish out, he knew it was a miracle. And that was where he parted with his hook. Because he knew that it was not that hook that was responsible for catching that fish, because the mouth was preoccupied already. So his hook had no value after that day. They reached out into the mouth of that fish and got what was needed to pay temple tax. So Jesus was never stranded. If you stay with him long enough, you will see how he solves family problems. And when you are faced with a situation of family problems, you will draw from the archives of your experience being with Jesus. Unfortunately, the average believer doesn't have time to spend in the presence of Jesus. It is more masculine for him to be running around chasing US dollars. It seems more, that's what life is about. We're in the rat race looking for the US dollar. And I'm not saying, hallelujah, I'm not saying get the dollar. But you see, as much as you need to get the dollar, that's how much also you need to get the presence. You must have a balance in your life. It's not everything that US dollars can solve.